Equation is given to you. What type of equation? The same you have, and some objective constraints will be provided to you. You have the objective function, there are different constraints, right? So, but the main purpose over here in this session is we are using the linear programming, right? We are using the linear programming problem with the help of graphic method. But without making the graph, we all use the graph that is visualized over here, not with a pen and paper. We start using an Excel. Before starting up, we have given some information. So write it the minimum. Here we have given minimum z. That's my objective function. You can write it. This is my objective function. And my objective function is to minimize your z value, and that z value is equals to, what the value of z is equals to 11x, right? Some very constant variable is given, plus 11x plus the second one is 3, and the next constraint is a y, right? This is the equation which is given to us, right? We have to find out that 11x, actually I have taken the is equals to, so it was asking me. So writing in that way is equals to, don't use that formula, just write it is equals to, right? Enter it, and then what's the value? Write it over here is 11x, right? And plus your 3 and y. Right, this is the objective function, and one more constraint is there. What are the constraints? So note down the constraint also. There are 3 constraints. C1, one constraint is like, I have taken a labor constraint. You can say that C1 value is now given to you, constraint is given to you 4x plus the next one is 1y, and that is greater than equals to, that this value is greater than equals to 12, right? The second constraint, that's C2. So about C2, if I am talking about, it is given you 2x plus 2y, and that is also, now I have taken a combination, right? It is greater than equal to, one is greater than, the next one is taken a less than equals to 18. It's a combination. Now we are taking a minimum and the maximum values together. Now coming up this third constraint, C3, if I am talking about, so C3 is 4x, right? Plus, if I am talking plus, and the next constraint, now I take it in a minus also, minus 5y, right? And again we have taken a greater than, we have taken less than. Now I am taking also one variable, that is less than equals to, and that variable is 0, right? Now coming up the next constraint, that is a non-negative constraint, that we all know that the value of x and y should be greater than equals to 0. If it doesn't specify about this, still it will be understood that non-constraint variable always there, and the value of that non-constraint is always equals to 0, right? Hope this is clear. What are the question is given to us, the case study is giving you all the details. Now start doing what we have to do in this scenario. First of all, we make some equation over here, like z is equals to given to you, so write it over here z. We have given two products x and y, so write it over here as an x and y, and for the z we have given how much? Profit is 11, and for this it is 3, right? If I'm talking about C1, so write it over here C1 constraint 2, we have given a constraint 3, right? Put the value over here, how much? It's 4, 1, right? And for C2 it is 2 and 2. From the mathematical equation, just putting the numerical values and putting the figure over here. So this one is your 4 and 5, that is minus 5 basically, so write it as a minus 5. Put all the constraints together, right? What are the minimum constraints? It is greater than equals to in this case, okay? And the next one is less than equals to, right? In the third one is again greater, it's less than equals to, so less than equals to, right? In the next case also is less than equals to, right? So selecting all these values, right? And then put the value, the constraint capacity, that is 12, 18, and the last one is 0, right? Simple. What I have done is taking the mathematical equation values over there and putting that equation in my subgraded part. So I just select this area just to make it like in a numerical part, it is clear. So I'm just putting in this and preparing one box, right? All borders, and Just make it in a justifies, make it in a center that all the value is being changed. So now what we have to do in this, we have to find out the value of C1, C2, C3 in the different scenarios. Like graphically we have to do it. So we write it over as C1 and taking the value of X and Y. What will be the value of X when I'm taking a quantity 0? What will be the value of Y when I'm taking the value X as 0? So putting this for the value of C1, I just have to find two values, making it in a box, right? And if I'm taking, now I just put it all the values, like putting all the values in the equation. What you find it all borders, we have done it. Now take that, taking the value of X as 0, then what will be the value for the Y? And if I am taking the value of X as 3, what will the value of Y? Right, now in the first equation, if I am putting Y as 0, what will be the answer for X is 3, and when X is 3, then Y will be 0. You just have to put in the equation and you're able to find out, right? Same example what we have done, I'm just copying all this figure as I have to calculate for C2 also. So copy paste and copy paste over there, but write down what you have to write down: C2, C3 and C4, and calculate the values also like we used to do in math. So make it as C2 and for this it is C3. Right, now find it. If I put it over 0, then the value will come up 9, and for this if I put the value Y as 0 in C2, then my answer will come up as 9. And if I'm talking about the C3, putting the value in equation C3, that is 4x minus 5y is less than equals to 0, my answer will come up, like if I take the value x as 0, right, my answer will come up for equation y will become up 10, right, x value will be 10, and if I'm talking about this 0, then it is 8, right. Now we have to use our graphical method, taking all the equations value. So go over there, insert, you have to go in the insert, like charts are there, you can check if these charts are there. So scattered charts are there, make it in a graph 1. If you go in the graph 1, you have to add the data. So select this, right click over here. Now you have given one word, that's selecting the data it is given. Or what we can do it, we can select the data first of all. Like the data over here is, what data we are taking it, say example I'm taking the data of C1 first of all. Right, so what the value of the data, and putting all these value on the graph paper also it can be possible. But now I'm not using the graph, I'm directly going in the Excel and using my graph in this. So my first one is to get the C1. C1 in this we get it, insert, right, but before that you should select the data. Like this one is my C1, select it, go in the charts, this one, like this one, right, the one is earlier one is also showing it. What you do, insert, like C1 you have selected up, insert, charts, and going in this one. Okay, now right click it, right click, select data, it is here, right, it's added to series. Now you can go for the edit. First of all, your series name, first one, give it as your C1, right, C1, select the data for the C1 is, your C1 data is 3,0, so put it over here, right, and for the Y series, select it, for Y series it is 0,12, right. Now this is for C1, right, okay. Now go for the add series 2, go for series 2, click and add it over here, put the name as C2, and for the series X value, select it, your C2 series value is 9,0, done. Coming up to the next value, that is series Y, select over here, Y is 09, that is the two values it came up. Now fine, coming up back, make it as okay, right. Now you have to add one more value, put it, add over here, put over here as C3, values of series X is 0,10, right, put it over here, Y series it is 0,8, so select 0,8, now this one, okay. Now you get the three figures, hope you are able to get it, put it as okay. Now the main important point over here is increase this chart so that it is more visible to you. You can change the name of the title, that is up to you. Okay, give the change names, colors, That is your part. Now I'm getting C1, C2, C3. The color combination is also indicated over here. But if I want to give the name over here, what we'll do? We just go to your home or insert. Your shapes are there. So I select one shape over here, like say example a box one. Just put it my box over here. Right. So I give it the name as C1 over here. So put it over there and write C1. This is my C1, right? Then enter. I just want to indicate this blue one is my C1. Copy this one and put it over there for nearby the green one, right? Just can drag it also if you feel like. Okay. Or you just put your figure over here and right click also and save the templates. No, we don't want to save the templates. We just have to give the name how we can use it, like this. Copy C1 and put it over here as C2. It's not getting over their value, but I want it to be in this area. It can be possible, and we can now, okay, then coming up next one, what we have to do, we have to actually find out the portion of the feasible area. That is the most important thing. If I want to find out the feasible area over here, what I do, I just make it help. Like in the C1, what is given to us in C1 is greater than. Right, whenever the value is greater than that, we have to find the maximum value. Our shaded area is always on the upper part. So I just make it in the, like making it shaded for the C1 is on the upper part, right? So I'm doing in this way. Hope you getting this diagrams with the color combinations, right? This is my upper part. If I'm checking about the C2 value is having what the value indicating over here is less than. Whenever the this one is my C1, this is my green one value is my C3, you can write it over here, and for orange color it indicates with the C2, right? This is the question which is given. Now if I want, ma'am, what is the feasible area? The area which is containing all the three elements. So I got the feasible area or the shaded area for C1, but if I am talking about the shaded area of C2, that is less than equals to, then it will be in the inner part, right? For the inner part. So just taking it as a C2, if I'm talking about the C2, I'm just changing the color so that I get the combination where all the three colors are matching. So for C1, I can make it in the upper one. For C2, now it's an area that is below. So for C2 is like this way, red color, right? That's downward portion. Now if I'm talking again with the less than again in the lower area. Now the lower area is a little confusing for C3. But C3, if you mark it where these two lines, like C2 and C1 is getting it, that's its point number 4, 0. Like you're getting this point as a 4, 0. Now if I want to put 4, 0 in the equation of C3, do find it, will the my answer will satisfy it. So just writing over here for C3, for 3 is 4 minus 5 and taking the value at this point 4, 0. So 4, 0, if I'm taking it, put the value of C3 in this 4, x is 4, right? Plus 0, that's minus 5 into 0. It should be less than equals to 0. Check this condition is satisfied. 4 4 is 16 and minus 5 multiplied by 0 will be 0. So it will be 0. It should be less than equal to. So we can say that 16 is less than equals to 0. My answer is no. That's not satisfied. Not satisfied. Once it is not satisfied, that means my shaded area will be the upper part. So I'm shading it with the different color. We have used the different colors. Now I'm shading with different colors. Say example orange, right? So just shaded for the C3 is the upper part. Now hope you are getting it what I'm doing it. Now the feasible area we can able to find out, and my feasible area is this part area, the combination. If I make it more highlighting to you, this part area, this one, that is a combination of all 3 points. This. You can do this shaded area with the help of your Excel also, like coming over here, insert, go into the shapes area. Here we have a free flow shape. So drag this area from the point this till where you want to take it. My point is this, right? This one. Then I want to take it to this one, and then I want to take this value to the one who is that area. So that is my shaded area, right? Hope you getting it. You can fill that area, and that is the one where you are getting it the feasible location. It's not being clear, but it is like this point only. You make it and drag it in the simple way. So my this area will become as this area will be my feasible. This area is my feasible area, right? Feasible region, you can say. Right, now this is my feasible region. Now we can find out the 4 points over here, give the name for the points. I am giving the name over here as go to the draw line and pointer in this way, and I'm taking the name over here as write down the points, different points you can allot it, A, B, C, D, whatever you feel like. That's your feasible region, right? You can give name as A, this is your B, and this is your C. Now your point is, ma'am, when I will get your question is of minimization of the function. So minimum value of Z you have to find it, right? Now what I do over here, coming up to the next point, that is again the most important point, as we able to find the 3 points. Now the point is you have to find your profit, right? So write down over here is the profit, what you are getting in the profit A, how much profit you will get, CT, that's from the C1, from the point number A, like C1. And if you are talking about the C1, A point is passing from which two lines, C1 and C3. A is passing from this line. We are cutting the like the point A. I must say the point A is coming from which two lines. So check it. The point from point A, that is your C1, this one, and C3. So you write it as C1 and C3, right? Your green line is C3 and your orange line is C2. So now you have to make sure that your points is clear. You can change the name of the points, that doesn't matter, ma'am. I haven't given the point like you can use your name. It is not a matter of that why you have given the A over here, or I can give the another name for A. Yes, you can. Like in this example, we can give the name over here is A, we can give the name over here as B and C. Your answer will definitely, the wording can be changed up, but the point we are using it as A. Like if now I'm talking about the point number A, then it will be like which 2 points. If I'm talking about concentrate on point number A, it is a combination of which two constraints. If you talk about this, now the constraint will be C1 and your C2. So you have to write over here as C1 and C2. That's it. That is the main important thing. You have to find out which constraints you are following. Okay. So when we are talking about the C1 and C2 for the profit A, copy the value of C1 and C2. From here, C1, C2 is this value. So I am copying this, drag it from there, copy it and put over here. This is for the profit X, right? Now what we have to find in this, we have to find out the value of X and Y. So write it over there, X and Y. As we have to find the value, now you have to make sure properly that you have to find out the quantity of X and Y in such a way that your X value is to be calculated. Now here you have to find out the value of X and Y. So I'm just highlighting this value and making it more bolder so that you're able to find that this value is to be find out, and then definitely we have to find the value of Z too. So highlighting it with Z. Okay, now how this value is calculated. Clearly, just have a look and start doing with me. Is equals to, you write it MMULT. This is one concept called as MMULT, bracket start, and then write as MINVERSE, inverse, mult, bracket, inverse. Start the bracket once again. Start the bracket once again, and it is written min inverse, and then you have to select the array. Starting again once again, please have a look, is equals to MMULT bracket min inverse. What is the inverse of that? That these two arrays has been inverse, right? Coming up this, close the bracket, then comma, and what is the constraint over there is 12 and 8. So select this, right? Close the bracket. Don't put an enter, control shift and then enter, control shift and then enter. What does this indicate? The copy will come up, the next answer will come up, otherwise the drag problem will be there. Otherwise what you do once you do the dragging, see the answer is same in that case. Check it. That's why I said it, don't copy it. You just have to make it in a control, shift and enter. But sometimes it's showing, ma'am, the answer is showing hash, 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 how the problem will arises. And it's showing once again, how we do up, we can solve the again. We can also solve it again. Even if you check it, what is the reason behind of this? What you do, when you've been in this paragraph, come over here by control function 2, right? Close this one, go to this one area, make it as a function f4 just to check your values. Put it over here, function f4. The answer, your values are not coming up. So let's be back over there. Now it's fine. Now it's fine. It is your value. Like your formula is showing upstairs. Like you are able to see up, the formula is showing up. Okay. So what we have done, sometimes we just make it in a control shift enter. Then it comes up an array. How we can get this array removed up? Just check once again. Like I'm doing once again with you, so that checking up why the error is coming up. Okay, so deleting this value, again I'm using it. I hope you understand what we are able to calculate. We have to calculate the value of x and y. So write it over here once again. MUL, what you have to write? MMULT, right? MMULT, tap the value. Then we have to find the min inverse. You have to find min inverse of 4124, right? Inverse. MMULT, yes, MMULT is there. MMULT, then we have to find it min inverse. It arises, right? You're getting it min inverse. Then your bracket. After min inverse, you have to select the array. That this one array is your, right? Close the bracket, comma. Then this constraint 12 and 18, right? Now close the bracket. Control shift and enter. Again start doing control shift and then enter. Showing an error once again over here. Earlier showing the answer 1, that will be the correct answer. That means we have done a little bit mistake in this, putting this value. Let me check once again. How we are doing up. Why is showing an error? Okay, why we have done this value. Now fine. No error should be there. Yeah, should not be any error. Once again, MMULT, right? Your tap min inverse. It's not showing a min inverse. Sometimes some like formula is not there, so you have to check it is properly worded. Yes, it's there. Inverse. That's how I'm using the wrong formula. Now it's showing the min inverse and then array. Okay. Now going for this array. Right, min array, comma, that's your 12 and x selected, right? Now close the bracket, min array. After min array, what you do? Close the bracket, don't enter it. Now control shift and enter. You enter some arguments in this function. Again, we just hide it, a comma, min array. Okay, see, I33 and J33, that is being selected, right? The comma is okay. We have to close the bracket after the min inverse. Then only we can go for that. Okay, getting your point over here. But the mistake we have done up. See, we have selected the min inverse value. After the array, we have to close the bracket. Alright, then we have to go for the next array. And that will be after comma. You have to select your next array this way. And then you have to close the, then control shift and enter. Here it is, that is 1, right? But if I am dragging the value, it is showing again an error. It should not be showing an error over here. Check once. Start using the formula once again. What is the formula for this? Is equals to, before starting the formula, select the area of x and y. Then you have to get it is equals to MMULT. And then your bracket, then you have to write it, your minimum, min was, see it came up, select it, then your array, close your array, comma, then your constraint point, that's a 12 and 8, close the bracket, but don't put it enter over here, control plus shift and then enter. This is the way you can get it 1 and 8. Right, now you have to find out the value of z also. In this case, how we can find the value of z? Putting this value of x and 8 in the z, and we can find out the profit for A. But we have to point out the value for the profit for the point number B also. So write it over here and just we copy all these value, control C, and for paste over here and write for again the paste over here, but we write it over here as a for B, profit for B. What are the points which are cutting for the point number B? You have to check it what are the points for the B also, right? So check it over there. The B point is coming up from these two lines. The B profit is coming from not from the C1 and C2. The B profit is coming, check it over B line, that is combination of yours B over here, that is C3, right? C3 is passing under C1, so write it at C1 and C3. So here you have to write it C1 and C3, right? Delete this one and write it C1 and C3. From there C1 and C3, so copy the value of C1 and C3 from there, and for the C and then we have to calculate the profit for C, and the profit for C value at point C we have to calculate the required C2, the combination of C2 and C3, right? Now what you have to do, you have to find out the value of C1 and C3 from the equation part which is given to you. So I'm just checking the equation part from here. You can delete these lines. Coming up further, where it is C1 and C3, check the values of C1 and C3. At the top with the question is okay here. So just select the values of C1 and C3. C1, drag it, copy, put it over there, right? And C3 also you required, so find the value of C3 from this. This is your C3 value. Put the value of C3. Yes, you have to find out the values of all the datas, right? Putting over here is C2 and C3. So C2 is over here, copy from this C2 and C3. It's a combination of C2 and C3. C3 is 4530, copy and paste, right? And you can check it once you are putting the formula properly, every data will come up in the proper sense. Now what you have to calculate, you have to find out the value of Z. Putting in the equation, what is the equation of yours is, let's 11x plus 3y. So putting in the equation, I'm just writing this equation over here. Put the value of x as 1 and for y 8, and you getting the value of Z. In all the situations for the profit X, A and B, you have to do this so that you are able to find out the different values of Z. And once you are able to find out the value of Z, you have to find out which one is giving you more profit, right? So over here, when we put the value, we get it is equals to 11, right, into your 1 plus 3 into 8. So 3 into 8, your answer is 35, right? Same in this scenario also, you have to get it the answer, and putting the value like is equals to here 11 multiplied by 2.5 value for x plus 3 multiplied by the value of y, that's a 2. So here we get 33.5, and for the profit C, if I have to calculate, so is equals to 11 multiplied by the value of 5 plus your value, that's a 3 multiplied with the y value, that is 4. So that will be get 67. What we get it over here, as we have to select the minimum value, right? As we have to select the minimum. So question is given of minimum. So minimum value is at the profit. At the point, you can say at point B. This is at the point A. This is at the point B. This is at the point C. So at the point, if I can say it, at the point B, the minimum profit is 33.5. This is your optimum answer with the help of graphical method. Hope you understand this question, that how this graphical method can be done up with the help of Excel.